Welcome to Simply Simple Life. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how I plant some greens in a flower pot. I usually plant these greens repeatedly. I have multiple pots in which I plant them. I recently moved houses, so many of the pots I had to empty out because of the shifting, and before I moved I tried to minimize the number of flower pots that I was going to be carrying. So in this way I had harvested out my greens and I had not replanted them there. So now I'm going to start my one batch of greens here in one flower pot. So let me just share with you how I go about doing this. In this one I'm planting out two greens, which is one is mint, another one is called Ponnakanni. So these two can be grown by just cutting the stem and planting them in the flower pot. It's very easy to propagate these two. So this is what I will be starting. Come, let's see how I do it. Here I have two greens, one is mint and one is Ponnakanni. I am going to be using my compost. I've been composting in this bucket. This compost has been going on for almost 3 months now, and you can see that it is pretty much done. There are some dried leaves here and there. I will just be putting it into the flower pot in which I'm going to start my greens now. So I'm just putting it in. It is already half filled with soil. I'm going to be topping it up with the compost that I have. So there, I'm just scooping up the compost and laying it on top of the soil that was already present. You can see that there are some flowers, dried flowers and stuff in the compost. It is absolutely fine to have them. They will automatically decompose. Here I'm just cutting off a little bit from the stem and planting this green. I already have a detailed video on how we can grow Ponnakanni in a flower pot. I have a harvest video as well. I will try to link all those videos down in the description for you. We just have to continue the process of planting the greens. Just try to space them out evenly as much as possible. Do remember that not all the stems that we are planting here will take root and grow. Some of them may not make it, and that is perfectly fine. We can start growing from the ones that do make it. Here you can see this is done, and the leftover, the cuttings are in my compost bin. This compost bin still has a lot of compost soil in it. So what I will do is I will take the soil and try to put that soil as a topsoil for my plants. I have some flower pots. For all these pots, maybe a handful or two, I will just put the compost as a top layer of soil. It will be very rich in nutrients, so the plants will grow nicely. So that is all. Our planting is done, and this is after a few days. I think 4 or 5 days later I had taken these pictures. You can see that some plants which I did not plant are also coming up. Those are weeds. Here we can see that there are some papaya plants also coming up. This is the Ponnakanni, and it is caught up nicely and it is growing very nicely. Some more of the Ponnakanni. The papaya, I cannot keep it here. I will have to weed it out. And here we can see the mint. The mint is very nicely growing. You might feel that this is quite less from what I had planted, but that is how it is. Once the plant starts growing nicely, then we can cut and replant them, and then we can have a lot many plants than what you see now. So that is about planting and getting greens from your own garden. Many of us do not live in spaces where you have a really nice garden space where you can do gardening, but if you have a small space also, you can grow greens in a flower pot, and usually these greens take about a month or so to grow and start giving you. 3 months you will get, depending on the type of green that you're planting, it may take anywhere from 6 weeks, 1.5 months to 3 months to get a really good harvest. So do give it a shot. Try to plant something if you are interested in planting and growing your own greens. Do it and let me know how it turns out for you. I will see you in another video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.